Hi everyone and welcome to Salesforce FAQs. So today in this video we are going to learn how we can implement conditional rendering in Lightning Web Components or LWC. So conditional rendering is useful when you have to show or hide parts of your component based on the some logic like a button click or a checkbox toggle or a data value. So let me show you a demo Lightning Web component that I have created in which I have added the conditional rendering. So as of now, I logged into my Salesforce developer console, and here you can see this is the Lightning Web Component conditional rendering demo. And here I have added and in this Lightning Web Component, I have added conditional rendering like the text message will only be displayed when we click on this button. So as we click on this button, the condition to display the text became true, and we got the text message over here in the LWC. So to display the conditional rendering in Lightning Web Components, we use the directive if true and if false. So this is the step-by-step tutorial that I've created to implement conditional rendering in LWC. And also I will give this tutorial link in the description from where you can see and implement conditional rendering in your LWC components. So let's see how we can implement conditional rendering in Lightning Web Components. So this is our newly launched the Salesforce admin course, and I will also mention the course link in the description from where you can access and view the course. So we have designed this course specifically for the beginners and the people who want to learn the admin part. So in this course, you are going to get more than 50 hours of video content, including PDFs and solution. And for this course, we have covered every module in depth. You can see these are the modules that we have covered in this course, that is Introduction to Salesforce, Salesforce Navigation and Setup. So in the modules, you can see the table of content so that you will have an idea what are the topics that we have covered in this admin course. And we have covered this course in 10 modules. So it will take you around 2 to 3 months to complete this whole course. And when it comes to the pricing, we have kept it $199 for the lifetime access. So once you purchase this course, you are going to get lifetime access for this course. So this was all about the course, and now let's move back to the topic. So for this example, we are going to create a flow that will auto delete the opportunity record when the opportunity stage is selected or updated as clause lost. So to create the flow, I will first, and before that, I will just take few seconds to introduce our newly launched Salesforce admin course. So to create the Lightning Web Component, I have opened the VS Code IDE. And if you haven't integrated your Salesforce org with the VS Code, then so for that also I have created a video tutorial, and I will mention the video link in the description. So let's create the Lightning Web Component first. So to create the Lightning Web Component, you can press Ctrl Shift plus P key. So here select SFDX create Lightning Web Component, and here enter the name of the Lightning Web Component. So I'm going to name it as render LWC. So make sure that while entering the name for the Lightning Web Component, you enter it in camel case, and here press enter. So here you will get three files, that is .html, .js and the meta.xml. So here in this Lightning Web Component, the logic to implement the conditional rendering will be defined in the HTML file, and here we are going to use the attributes, that is if true and if false. So in this example, I'm going to display the text with the help of toggle button, that if the button is clicked, then only the message will be displayed, like what I have shown you in the example. So here in the HTML file, first I will define the header of the LWC component. For that I will add lightning card, and here we will enter the title. So it is going to be conditional rendering, and after this we are going to add the button that is going to render the message, that if the button is clicked, then the message will be displayed. So to define the button, I will use the tag, that is lightning button. So here we will enter the label of the button. So I will name it as toggle button, and here I will add the event, that is on click. It will display the message, so it will go like toggle message. And now we are going to define the conditional rendering for displaying the message. So we have to define it like template if true equals to yes. And here inside the p tag, I'm going to define the message that will be rendered conditionally on the button click. So the message will be this message is rendered conditionally. So to make the UI better, I have also added the CSS using the Salesforce Lighting Design System, that is SLDS, to make the button and the message to be appear in the mid of the Lightning Web Component. And now we are going to define the JS file. So by default, we don't want to display the message. We are going to define it as is message equals to false. So with this, by default, the message won't appear on the Lightning Web Component. The moment the Lightning Web Component will be rendered, the message will not appear on the screen of Lightning Web Component. And when the user will click on the button, the toggle message will be displayed because because with this the condition will be true and the message will be displayed. And at last we need to make this component available for the lightning web components. So first we will make it true, and here we need to define the targets. So here I have added target as app page, record page, and the home page. So with this setting, the lightning web component is exposed to the these lightning pages. And now we are going to deploy the lightning web component. So here I'm going to deploy it on this record page. So here in the record page, click on the setting icons and select edit page. Here we have to select the component that we have created right now. So the component name was render LWC. Okay, so here we forgot to deploy the changes to the org. That's why the component is not visible there. So here we will right click on the LWC component and then select deploy this source to org. So now the lightning web component is getting deployed in the source org. And after successful deployment, I will go back to the lightning page, and here first I will refresh it. So this is the lightning web component that we have created, and I will add it to the record page, and here I will save the changes and then go back to the record page. So now you can see when I click on the button toggle message, then only we will see the message, that is this message is rendered conditionally. So this is how you can implement conditional rendering in Salesforce lightning web components. So in this example, we have used the if true directive to render the message conditionally. And let's see another example where we will use the directive if false. So in this example, the LWC component will display a text message similar to the text that appears in the required input field. So this text will be displayed when the input field is empty. And when the user will enter the name or give an input in the field, that text will disappear. So let's see how we can use the if false directive to implement the conditional rendering in Lightning Web Components. So for that, I'm going to modify this Lightning Web Component that we have created right now. So for the logic of implementing if false directive, we are going to display the text, that is please enter some text above, and this message is going to be displayed in the field until the user is not giving any of the input. So here you can see this is the lightning card title, like what we have done in the previous example, and here is the input label that user will see, that is enter text, and it will change the moment user will enter any of the input until it is false, that till the moment the text field is empty, this message will be displayed, that is please enter some text above. And to handle, we will define the logic in the JS file. So in the logic of this lightning web component, we have defined has text equals to false. With this, the moment the user will enter a text, this message will disappear, that is the message that we have entered over here, that is please enter some text above. So we have already added the targets, and again I will deploy the source code to the org. And as of now the changes are not visible, so we need to open this page again in the lightning app builder, and here you can see the UI is changed, and we will save the changes and go back to the record page. So here you can see in the conditional rendering, you can see this is the conditional text that we have displayed. So when the user will enter any of the text value, this condition will become true. So this text will only be displayed till the input field is empty. So the moment I will enter any of the text message that we have rendered condition will disappear. So this is how you can use the if was directive to implement conditional rendering in Lightning Web Components. And I hope that you have understood both of the example where I explained the conditional rendering in the Salesforce Lightning Web Components using the if true and if false directive. And I hope that you have liked this video. Then please do like, share and subscribe us. And do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you can get regular updates of our upcoming videos. And thank you for giving your time and watching this video till last. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.